What up, guys? Welcome to BattleSpot Premier League Podcast, Episode 2 with, this week, Noved couldn't make it, but we have some good replacements. We have Dragon Whale, say hi.
Hey.
We have Grail Mercenary this week as well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grail.
And, we also have Iker as well. 3 new people.
Yo, what's up?
So, I guess Puff is just the one regular so far.
I'm the only normie.
Without Noved, we don't really have much of a plan because he's meant to be like the script guy. So I don't really know what we're going to talk about today, but we'll just go through the results, talk about our feelings on those. We'll talk about Puff's predictions. Spoiler alert, he got all his predictions right. So we'll talk about that as well. Apart from that, it's going to be, we're going to be winging it just a little bit. So bear with us. You guys want to say anything before we really get into it?
No, that sounds like a good plan.
I'm good with that plan.
Go with the plan. All right,
Did
good.
Puff
Good,
really
good.
get all predictions right? Let me see.
For the 2 teams he did, yeah, or 2 matchups.
I wasn't gonna predict against my own team because that would be kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Puff kind of cheated because he just asked Bobo Chan for his predictions and went
I
with the
never
opposite.
asked for anything.
Hmm.
I never asked them for anything.
I mean, yeah, like the sets that were up in the air were mostly the helmets versus MKs. So, like, it's a lot. I think like the other 2 matches, they had a lot more, not one-sided, but like stronger like odds matches, I guess. If that makes sense. Though some of them did end up, becoming pretty RNG based, like Marili's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at not this. Let's look at this. Oh, that's week 2. We'll get into that in a minute. Let me bring up week 1. Have you guys got it in front of you?
Yeah. I
Yep.
have.
Yep.
So let me scroll down to Puffs. Let me see if we can actually see this on stream. So, do you want to explain? I mean, there's a lot of predictions, so you don't have to go into much depth, but do you want to explain the predictions you did?
Okay, I can pretty much predict my predictions. Okay, so the Groudon Empire versus Martha game, I have no idea how Martha plays, to be honest. And I played Groudon Empire like in Invitationals, and I played him in the ladder tournament. So I pretty much know he's like an excellent player. I don't know much about Martha, so I pretty much gave that win to Groudon Empire. Against Chemcoop versus Lloyd, I believe Lloyd beat Chemcoop before, but at the same time, I know Chemcoop can beat Lloyd. So it was like another 50-50 in this one, but I kind of believed in Chemcoop's ability. And the BattleSpot double games, CK49 the gun versus Charlotte. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know much about doubles, but I know Charlotte, which is formerly John. I know he was like undefeated in the last BattleSpot Premier League, so that's pretty much how I decided to like what should we call it? Predict this. I know CK49 is also a good player. Both of them are really good. So again, it was another 50-50. In Oras, I voted for You Can't Say to win it against Sonara because, well, you're a really good player. I know you are, but after you get 1 hex, you kind of tilt. So
What?
there's that.
Never.
Hey. All right, so then we have the floors that we're doing Memoric. I accidentally do not have any idea of these 2 players aside from previous BattleSpot Premier League, so I just kind of like flip the coin, and whatever landed. I think it was heads was Memoric, tails was Florist, and I went with that.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
All right, nice.
The Average Fella versus Dark game. Average Fella has been Dark in the BattleSpot Premier League before, the last one. I mean, 1 game. But then Dark got his revenge. So it was like another. I remember they playing before, so I just winged it and just put it on dark side because I know he's like been playing GBU. So I pretty much predicted that to be like a tied game, 3-3.
Yeah.
And up next we have Grail's team versus Solar. This one was kind of the toughest one to predict. This game was like Grail Mercenary versus Jamal. Like that one was extremely tough. I don't know who was going to take it because I know both of them are extremely good players. I lost to them before. Nothing surprising. I'm bad. Like, what can I do? Like, they're just too good. Plas versus Zaya was also another interesting game because I know Plas can beat Zaya. Because when I was teamed up with him, he was asking me for teams. I was like, okay, sure, I'll give you a team. And he plays it really, really well. Like, outstanding. And Zaya, well, he has been Chemcoop before, he has been Grail. He also got like 3rd place in the ladder tournament, so I went with that.
Fair enough.
I went with my pick with Zaya. Oh crap, I don't know what I touched, and everything went white. So the next one was, I think it was Marilli versus Bro Kappa.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Bro Kappa in doubles, but I know he was like a really good player in singles format, like the small gun formats. I've seen him play. He's like amazing. I'm just shocked.
Does anyone here know if he's played any doubles at all?
Oh yeah,
I think he's played some, like a bit of doubles OU, but like in terms of like, because I was researching for the draft, like all the people who were playing doubles because I didn't know anything about the scene, and from what I know of like Bro Kappa and Umbreon, neither of them are like, because obviously there's a big Italian scene in the BGC community, but neither of them, as far as I'm aware, were well known in that scene, more known for like their singles play.
Yeah, I think speaking with all the other managers, we all had BK in our GBU like scouting report. So everyone had planned to, if they were going to get him, it was going to be for GBU, and that was it. And Salome gets him and puts him in doubles.
Yeah, I didn't really get that.
When he has,
But, I mean, he didn't play bad.
nah. I mean, wasn't that game a mirror match? They had like the exact same team, except one team had Lele, one team had Finny. So I don't know. He played alright, especially because Marilli's a doubles guy.
Yeah, so that's pretty much why I give it to Marilli. And then in Ores, I think, I don't know how you say this guy's name. Is it Mamp or M-A-M-P?
I say Mamp.
Okay, so it's Mamp. Sorry, Mamp. I kind of wanted you to lose. Bias. Sorry. Forgive me. I know Salermi's good, but he gets hacks and tilted. So I know he can
That
win
was
it.
the first blood too, right? Wasn't it?
Nah, G Martha was,
Oh yeah, G Martha was. Yeah.
and then Chemcoop was right after that.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Solar was way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I got confused with GE for some reason.
Salome
That
was the
stuff
next day.
weird. Yeah, that stuff was weird. When I watched it, I didn't really understand a lot.
Well, we can go through
I
that
saw
one
some-
after this.
And it was like nothing on it. And the Ores doubles game, I saw this game live. The EMP, I don't know how you say this guy's name as well.
Just call
I
him
just went
Edu.
on C-
He's calling me, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
you do?
you do.
So I saw this game live, and they both played really well. Like, I don't know who this Umbrian guy was. All I heard was like he was some Italian doubles player from Salermi. So I wanted to see how that game was, and it was actually really interesting how he played. For someone I never heard of, he played really well. I mean, there was some hacks involved, but I'm not gonna go with that.
I think the matchup favored Edu in that game as well. So just like in general, like going 2-1 against that was actually surprisingly good.
Yeah. Which surprises me, like, why is Salome... Well, I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but he's out this week,
Yeah.
week 2, and Salome's team doesn't really have tons of doubles guys, so... I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Doubles is really stacked. Salermi's like single lineup is really good. Well, they still have Zaya for doubles, I believe.
Mm.
I'm not sure how good Zaya is in doubles. But
He's playing doubles this week.
yeah, I don't know how. I never seen Zaya play doubles, but he seems to be confident in his doubles ability, so I'll give it to him.
Yeah, Zaya's good at doubles.
Oh. So yeah, that's
The chat
Zaya.
saying that Zay is a double OU god.
Oh,
Yeah.
if he's a double you got then yeah.
He always goes pretty far in seasonals.
Oof.
And then you just got
Doubles.
Megazard Lego to guess.
Oh right, I forgot. I thought it was over. So the last one was Megazard versus Lego. I always seen Megazard play his GBU games. I've pretty much seen how most of them go. It's pretty much like San or Blaziken, like pretty much every GBU game. And I haven't seen Lego play a lot of GBU, so I kind of give it to Megazard. But I know Lego can take Megazard out, because if I took Megazard out, and I think it was Ika's tournament of the GBU game, if I can take him out, I think Lego can also take him out. So I kind of went with that logic.
Fair enough.
I mean,
But it
Lego
was like a
doesn't like play that often. I think.
Nah.
Like, there's definitely well, I guess skill gap or like just like Megazard plays so much. Like
Yeah.
he's used to like
Yeah.
just how to think about plays and stuff. So like there's definitely a huge advantage there.
Yeah, I
plays
mean,
other small
Lego
guns,
won't
correct?
disagree or get upset. Like, Megazard is just the outright better player, so you just pick Megazard if you're guessing a winner there.
Nah, I love Lego as well, but I have to give it to Megazard.
We all love Lego, dude.
I think Megazard is like really good at the formats. Forgot which
Is-
one specifically. PU, maybe. So that's pretty much it for the predictions. I didn't predict my own team. Stupid. So just predicted that.
Oh, cool. Wait. Oh,
Now I'm done.
Dragonwell hasn't added the. Are you meant to add the replays to the spreadsheet, Dragonwell? Because you've got spots for them.
I used to do that in BSPL 1,
Yeah,
and I did it on like halfway through BSPL 2, and I just stopped doing it.
yeah, it's so
but,
much
yeah.
work.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll just get
asked
someone to do a
someone
replay
on
thread.
Yeah, I asked someone on Discord if anyone was interested. Got nobody yet, so we shall see.
All right, fair enough. That just makes finding the replays a little trickier, but that's fine. We can go through that. So, are there any that people want to actually watch? Any from
Wait,
the
is
top of the
putting
head you might
replays up?
remember?
Is putting replays up involve coding or
No.
no coding?
Nah.
No,
You just
so, like,
copy.
if you
Just
look at-
copy and
if you
paste.
Look at last year's.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can
Look
help
at
you.
last
Graham.
year's. Look at last year's replay thread. I
can
think
help.
Charlotte did that one.
I can definitely help you on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Dragonwell,
Charlotte
Marili
did.
says in the chat, fix your freaking sheet.
Fix my sheet.
Yeah, because we can't edit the times, only the days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's like
So-
there should be 3 drop downs.
Yeah, there's only one drop down for the day.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I think I know what the issue is. Okay. My bad. I'll fix that.
Thanks, Marili. I'm just scrolling through the thread to see which ones might be interesting. I think Grail versus Jamal would be pretty interesting.
That was the best one.
That was probably the best set, at least in singles. I don't know about doubles. I mean, there were some interesting sets in singles, but I don't think any were as like, I guess like close and high level, if you call it that,
Right.
as this set.
Well, I'm just gonna press play. Before we go, we'll talk about their team preview. Because one thing I noticed is like Jamal's team does look still kind of Jamal-y. whereas Grails doesn't look like Graily at all, if that makes sense.
Grails looks like a CT.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to suggest.
Like the Thunderous is obviously like, was it? I'm not sure if it was Titanium Z, but I assume it was. It looks like it was like prepared for like these like sort of cores, but you know.
Well, I mean, if you're
The
gonna
scheduling sheet is fixed.
oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
Jamal likes to run balanced cores, so Thunderous tends to do pretty well against a lot of what he likes to run. So I ended up running Electrium just to make sure I didn't have any roll issues against stuff like Celesteela or Tapu Fini if I needed to absolutely one-hit KO. But then I also ran just enough bulk, as I think you'll see on turn 1 of the first game. I ran enough bulk to live at least some Z moves. I don't think I live Lit Snuggle Forever. I had been running and testing one that lived Lit Snuggle Forever, Thunderous, but I wanted enough speed to just flat out outrun Adamant Mimikyu instead.
I totally forgot Grail was in the chat. We're talking about him, then all of a sudden he starts, oh yeah, this is actually what I did. That's good. That was interesting to hear. Oh, well then, do you just want to take this one, Grail, as we watch it?
Sure.
So I'm just on turn 1. I'm going to press play. So we see Mimikyu Z move turn 1 into the Thunderous after the disguise got broken. Swap out to Lando,
Yeah.
that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that survival was nice just to give me a switch in later on.
Yep.
And then I was able to get the Landorus on the Shadow Sneak and take minimal damage. Hippowdon on turn 3 as I U-turn back out into Thunderous. Oh, and this turn was the turn I got really upset with myself with because, if you don't mind pausing for a second, but they're on turn 4 where I have Thunderous against Hippowdon.
Yep.
So I had U-turned back out into this like intentionally, and I'm sitting here thinking Jamal knows I went back out into this for some reason. So I'm sitting here thinking Thunderous versus Hippowdon. I'm like, I have Electrium Z. I should definitely click it because he's switching. And then I just went like, nah, I don't know. And so I chickened out. I didn't click it. And then when we went Gengar, I was kicking myself for a second because I was like, oh, I would have killed it.
I know how that feels. Oh, I'll press resume. So Gengar does come in, and you go for the hidden power. At least you get the crit. But he disables you, so Hippo can just come back in. Oh, but it doesn't.
I don't know if the extra damage on the crit would have affected how he played the rest of this, but the damage roll does. It looks to me like it would have had to have been offensive, Gengar. So that's just useful information for the rest of the best of 3.
Yeah, it also puts it in sneak range. I'm pretty sure, like because Gengar takes half, and without the crit, it would have been over half. So, like bringing in the Mimikyu by Grail, it will open a lot more potential options that Jamal has to think about.
Yeah, I opted to go ahead and just attack the Gengar immediately on the next turn. I figured Jamal would stay in and not let me get up a potential Swords Dance since he has no way to know that this Mimikyu isn't running it yet. So I just wanted to make sure, because Gengar gives me trouble. I mean, I have the Scarf Lando that outspeeds it, but it gives everything else that I have trouble, so getting rid of it was nice.
So, the very last turn when you get the kill on the Mimikyu, I remember watching that, and you go for Play Rough instead of. Is that because is the whole set revealed? No snake.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jamal didn't go for Shadow Sneak this turn because with the Curse plus the Pain split, you kind of assume that that Mimikyu is probably Jolly.
Right.
That's what I'd assume anyways in the game, and therefore, like, if you think of that way, I guess Play Rough Miss is actually a better win condition. But
then
then,
crit.
but then I guess if you Shadow Sneak and he misses play rough, then you Shadow Sneak again and you win.
You just win, yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe
you could get the critical with Shadow Sneak to potentially win there. I think I calced it in. I think he said he was adamant full attack, but I think it would have required an absolute max roll. So I do think Shadow Sneak probably still is the highest % win condition, just because you could crit it, you could get the max roll, or I could miss the play rough.
Fair
there
enough.
we go into a different game.
Do we want to watch game 2 of that? Why not?
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
So in game 2, I'll just press play straight away. Latias leads into Thunderous this time. Straight out to Mimikyu.
Yeah, this is the mono attacking Latias.
I really don't
That's
like
right.
this Latias set.
I love it. It's a good set.
Yeah, you used it a lot, didn't
it
you?
loses to a lot of lanes.
It's like good against certain things, but I feel like it's too slow for the VSS meta team.
I mean, speed is really the starting point of that set.
It's important to be precise there on turn 4 of game 2, because I can't just sub again willy-nilly, because if Hippo comes in on the sub, then I die. So I had to be a little bit careful about, back on turn 4, about just going straight for the split.
Oh yeah, because the sand chip into sub. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was a good pain split, yeah.
But
Plus
yeah,
you get
since-
all your health back.
Yeah, so I also get a lot of health back, and so now Mimikyu, for what he brought, Mimikyu is just a serious problem. So they
Yeah.
can just kind of curse, and then I have enough to sub again without the Sandstorm, and just sit here and fire off either pain splits or subs repeatedly.
Yeah, this set is a menace.
The Thunderous also turns out to be exactly what I need against the 3 that he brought. Since the Thunderous is 3 attacks, it's Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Focus Blast, and then Taunt.
Right.
So once I realized that the Latias can't really do anything to me unboosted, I'm able to just Taunt is a huge problem for all 3
Yeah.
of his mons.
Yeah, Jamal has a really not setup oriented, but very bulky mons that relies on a lot of status moves. So taunt is very, very powerful.
So now,
Just in general, not letting rocks get up is so big for
Yeah.
Grail because it lets Thunderous come in very freely. You'll see later that it comes into HP management for Mimikyu, which also helps Grail a lot. So just, yeah, the taunt on Thunderous really, and the combination of that and Curse Mimikyu really puts Jamal on the back foot here.
Yeah, and you see he's forced to go Hippo on Hidden Power Ice and just sack it. It's pretty much game over now. He just wanted the sand chip, I guess. But then Mimikyu comes in on...
preserve Hippowdon a little bit longer just because I was getting so low with Sand Chip that eventually if he kept another round of sand, it might kill Thunderous. But yeah, obviously he has to predict basically every turn against Thunderous when it's in there. So I think it's kind of understandable why you didn't do that.
Well, we've seen the Reflect type come out and it is working kind of good against Mimikyu.
Yeah, it's the rare occasions where Reflect type actually goes in against Mimikyu because it doesn't have a ghost move.
But,
Yeah, I'm trying to condition him to get high enough HP here so that Pain Split basically restores enough of my health that I can curse without dying.
Mhm.
I want to curse,
Yeah.
but not lose Mimikyu just yet.
Yeah, for sure.
The double until Steel was nice, but I don't think it was an especially hard play to make because either he doubles out there, or Latias probably just dies because
I don't know if it was worth the risk, honestly. Like, Mimikyu did its job. It feels like.
Yeah, you just get Lando here and win.
Yeah. So that was well played, very well played by Grail, and well built, I'd say. Are there any others,
Yeah.
or should we
I
just
don't-
go into week 2? There was so
I
many
don't
good
really
games. We didn't have enough
understand
time.
Why? Yeah, just going back, I don't really like the 50% berry on Latias. Like, obviously, there's occasions where it does come into play, but like if you use that set, it's either better to just be the Z move, Z psychic,
Yeah.
or Mega, because the extra bulk is just so nice. And Z move, like in the situations where you're not able to boost, you'll still have the 140 BP
Right.
psychic move to just launch off.
Yeah, I've used the Z move one before, and I find it really fun. But like only on ladder. I don't know how that sort of thing would translate into team lock best of 3. Because it's like once you know, it's like, well, I'll just get him to waste his Z move, and now he's stuck with 20 base power, stored power.
I mean, that Latias is useless against any team with a dark type on it anyways.
Mhm.
So like if you're going to, avoid the Z move, you need to bring the dark type. But if you have a dark type, the Latias probably won't be coming anyway.
Mhm.
So in that sense, the Z move still does put in a lot of work.
Did
Especially
anyone
since
get?
if you bring a steel,
You go.
oh sorry, yeah. Especially since if you bring a steel type, it'll just reflect type you and potentially wall you anyway.
Right. Did anyone get like super hacks this week? Like there was some hacks, but I don't remember anyone just getting destroyed.
Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy
Oh,
got
right.
really badly.
Who do they play?
Legacy got
Mishimono, which I think is page 2.
Those were games. Yeah.
Match of the week. Exactly.
Oh, the
That
swagger,
game
yeah.
was that game too.
I'm just gonna press play on it and let it do its thing. But
Game
yeah, I remember
one-
watching this
game
now.
Game 1 wasn't even too bad until the play rough miss.
I'm not really a fan of Legacy's team, if I'm being completely honest. Its
Yeah,
main damage output is Mawile
right.
on their Trick Room as well.
I
And everything
actually
else
like,
is just like support, which is pretty.
I think the team matchup is actually pretty good. In terms of what we did, we prepped like specifically for this sort of matchup, and actually trapping with Gothitelle plus Parish trapping is really good against this sort of archetype. At least that's what I was told by my doubles guys. So like our matchup here was actually pretty decent, but obviously Thunderous did Thunderous things. Yeah.
No, but then like
Like-
even if you consider what would have happened if it wasn't for Thunderous, getting lucky with its moves, like there's not a lot you can do if the main source of like taking out Mons is Perish Song and Mawile. Like it's very limited.
You also have Jellicent as well on the Trick Room that does a lot of damage with Water Spout. So it's not like Mawile is the only source of damage. But yeah, like in this game, like if he hadn't have missed the attack on Thunderous, he'd have probably won.
Oh, that's
So I
right. The
can't
play
say
rough
for
missed.
sure.
I just watched the whole thing. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice that, but I remember it happening.
Yeah, because you suckered a Thunderous.
That's right. Yeah, that's lame. Because you saw how much health that Thunderous was on by the end of it. Just connecting that play rough would have
Thunderous
stopped some hacks.
would have just died. There, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, let's bring up game 2, because I remember that one was the lame one. So, yep, Thunderous just leads again with Sylveon. Goth Mawile. This looks a little bit better
Yeah,
for
this-
Legacy.
this matchup lead is really good, but obviously he can't get off the trick room.
Yep.
Because
And
if you
Sub-Sylveon.
get off the trick room here, then you're forced to sack for Mish, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you see the para on T-board.
Yep. I'm a couple turns ahead of that. Well, one turn really. So Jelson comes in and clicks protect. I guess that's to avoid the swagger wall. Oh no. Okay, what does Jelson do?
Yeah,
now?
it's basically
So Jelson hits itself in
Jelly-
confusion too.
Jelly hits itself in confusion, but obviously Jellicent here would have KO'd both of the opponents with water spouts.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure about Mawile Iron hitting the Sylveon instead of Thundurus, because like
Yeah,
the
'cause
main
that was
reason why
the-
he protected Jellicent
Yeah,
was to
exactly.
take out the Thundurus that turn.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Thundurus is the clear threat, and is just considering how lucky Mishy's getting, you just gotta get rid of it. But like, otherwise you just don't protect Jellicent there and go for damage instead. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Dragonwell. Jellicent doesn't get a single turn off except for some protect.
yeah, like there is like another like 4-for-1.
I'm surprised Mishimono decided not to bring Amoonguss to this matchup, just considering like how annoying it is for Legacy, especially with Mawile being redirected instead of killing the obvious threats like Kang and Thund.
Mhm.
Can put Mishimono in a very easy position. But I mean, here you see just Thundurus. You don't really need an Amoonguss if the opponent can't move anyway. So.
This is true.
Yeah.
What's the chance of not moving with Gen 6 Confusion and Para? It's like 50%.
It's like 60%.
Yeah, it must be.
62.7. 62.25%.
That's right, yeah. So essentially you just got a Jirachi on the field clicking Iron Head all day. It's pretty broken.
Oof.
Oh wait, no, Gen 6 Confusion is not 50. It's
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's 50.
it's
Yeah,
50. Yeah, it's 50. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it should be 5/8.
Oh.
Chance to not move.
Yeah, 5/8, so 62.
Um,
Yeah, Oltan Quattro said 45%. I was like, wait, what? I'm sure it's not. Okay, but yeah.
Swagger's
Less-
90% accurate. That might be what you're thinking of. So like the chance of getting like using Swagger and having them not move that turn would be like 40% or 45%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just looking at the results now. So we had a tie with the Drummers. The Luxrays beat the Farseers, and I think the biggest upset was sorry Ica, but the Inkays beating the Helmets, and like pretty convincingly too.
Yeah, I felt like in our games, I guess Novid's not here, so I won't say too much. But I feel like with like decent, without like worse luck, we could have gone 6-0.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Honestly,
But I
You go.
think they were like close game. They were like close games. Like a lot of them. I don't think Puff's game was close, but like every other game was pretty close.
yeah, like Monzerizi, One Trick Phony could have gone either way. Pearl losing to
I think-
Mazaka's a huge upset. So it could have easily been a 4-2 for Helmets or a 3-3 tie.
I think One Trick Phony didn't have like that game. I think wasn't that close. It was
Oh no,
just that
yeah.
Game two. One Trick Phony decided he would bring like some really really bad picks
Right.
and like essentially threw away the game.
honestly, I didn't really think. I thought the teams were pretty even. Like the first three, the Gen 7 players, I think are slightly stronger in the Inkays than the Helmets.
Yeah.
Puff, One Trick Pony, and Pink Sylvie. Like Demon Toad's pretty good, but like I think Pink Sylvie just plays more.
Yeah, more doubles.
Doubles,
Demon Toad's been out
especially
for a little
Gen
while.
7. Yeah, and I mean Pearl and Misaka. Pearl's most like I think Pearl's way stronger. But I think that was the biggest upset this week.
Yeah.
Mishi and Legacy. I don't know Legacy too much, so I couldn't really say. But yeah, and GBU. I think I put GBU in Noved's favor because like Noved plays more. Karori is definitely not bad. So I thought it was going to be a 3-3 or a 4-2 for Incase, honestly.
Okay. Well, let's move into week 2 because Dragonwell and I both have to leave soon. Let's just click on week 2. So, man, my throat is super blocked. I can hardly talk. All right. The Farseers versus the Inkays. We have Salerm, who's moved from Gen 6 to Gen 7 to play the Squash. You'd have to think Salerm would come away with that. Sorry, the Squash. I know you're watching right now. But Salerm has to be the favorite. It could go either way, yeah.
Honestly, Squash isn't bad.
No, not at all.
And Salerm like tends to bring teams that once one turn goes bad, like everything goes bad. So
Right.
like, if Squash can just take advantage of that, then
Well, I mean, I don't know how much it
Squash
says
can
about the
take it,
Squash,
sure.
but I don't think I've ever beaten him in tournament play. So, and like you
Oh,
said
haven't
about
beaten him a lot
Salerm,
Squash is really good.
yeah.
yeah, Squash is nice.
All right, I'm predicting the Squash now.
Jamal,
I changed
Puff,
my pick.
like, Jamal and Puff, they just played in Classic. Jamal took that.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think Jamal might still take this. Sorry, Puff.
Creep.
I feel like Jamal and like Classic though got to play like past gens as well,
Mhm.
Yeah, and yeah,
which gave him like an extra advantage.
yeah,
in
he's
that.
definitely stronger in Gen 6. In Gen
Yeah.
7, it might be a little more even.
I think it's like pretty even in my opinion. I don't know. I'm trying not to give too much opinion on my own team.
Yeah, of course, it's your player, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also team lock too, and like, I feel like team building becomes a lot more of a element. So, yeah, who knows? It actually can go both ways, honestly. I just think since Jamal is on a streak against Puff, it can like mentally Jamal's probably in a better position.
Any thoughts on that, Puff?
It's fine. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be ready for Jamal's team now. I'm ready.
That's right.
Yeah?
Puff's
Okay.
Puff's due for a win now.
Yeah.
So Salerm's moved Zaya to doubles against Mr. GX, which I'm excited to see how that plays because the guys were saying that Zaya has some really out there doubles teams from DOU, and Mr. GX's teams aren't really like out there, but they're still a little bit different, especially if he wants to bring Suiku in like he does all the time. So it'll just be interesting to see the team matchups in that game. And Lego's moved from GBU to Oras to play Mizaka. I mean, I don't know who to pick
Neither of them
between
haven't
those.
played that a lot. So,
Nah, exactly. It's like it really could go either way. I know
both of
Mizaka
them
beat
are
Pearl, and people would be like, "Oh well, Pearl's the best Oras player, so and Mizaka beat them." So, but I don't know. I think Lego can maybe take it out. I had Lego on one team or two teams, but I don't know. I've been hanging out with Lego since Gen 6, and I know he's got a bunch of good Gen 6 teams, and he's a decent Gen 6 player. So it really could go either way. Has Havens played any doubles?
he plays doubles OU.
Oh, really?
But
Is that
he's,
what he's known
like-
for?
He's not known for it, I think. He just plays a bunch of tiers, and doubles OU happens to be one of them.
Okay. Thank you for following, by the way, Milo Marlat. Yeah, and BK versus Kaori. This just looks like a way better lineup from Salerm this week compared to last week.
Yeah, I like
I
his
mean,
lineup a lot better. I feel
yeah.
like it's if it was me like managing Saleme's team, I'd have kept in that Umbreon guy. I'd have
Yeah.
put Zaya in Usum BSS, and I'd put Saleme in ORS. But
Right.
that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But other than that, I think like the fact that he's put BK in GPU and it makes a lot more sense where they didn't really have like a solid player there.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, from them, if I were to predict, I'd say, well, after all the talk of Salome versus the Squash, that's a 50-50. Let's go with the Squash. I think, I'm not just saying it because Puff's here, but I think Puff will win that. So that's already 2-0. I don't know enough about Zaya or Mr. GX to pick who would win that one. I don't know, this could really just be a 6-0 or a 5-1 to the Inkays, if I'm being honest.
I think it's really close. But that's just my opinion, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Salome's team looks so much better this week. Like, if you just look at Salome's team and don't look at the Inkays team, it's like, oh, that's a nice lineup. But then you look at the matchups and it's like, oh, this could really go bad for the Farseers. It could also go really good.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing about Zaya and Mr. GX is that Mr. GX tends to bring same teams. He's easy to counter team,
Right.
especially in the past. Like in the doubles OU tournaments, like he'd always bring the same team. So like in the later rounds, he just gets counter team to hell and just isn't able to like make good placements because of it. And like,
Right.
I mean, he's never really changed his ways. Like since he uses the same team, he's very like proficient with it. But like,
Yeah.
if Zaya just builds against it, then like Mr. GX, and like Zaya's good too. So like if Zaya builds against it, then Mr. GX would have a very hard time to pull through.
Right. We'll quickly go through this because I'm realizing we're running out of time. But Cavs versus Luxrays. I mean, I'm obviously biased, but I think we got a decent like this could either like the similar thing, and this I think it'll be a similar thing each week for every team. Every matchup could go 6-0 to either team because this year the players or the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the competition is so much more even this year than previous years. So picking matchups is like a toss up nearly every week for every player, unless you get like I don't want to throw anyone under the bus and be like, Chemcoop versus Ica.
Hey, I can beat Chem.
I know that was a joke. But yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I think HZ's gonna get subbed out this week because me being an idiot, week 2 he's not available, and I know this because of his sign up post. But I put him in. I'll blame Chemcoop for that one because he did check the lineup I was gonna submit. So Chemcoop, if you're out there watching, a big FU. So we'll put Average Fella back in there. So Dragonwell.
That's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing HD play
Yeah.
GPU.
That was mostly us being like, who's gonna beat Megazard? Oh, HZ or HZ. That would be good.
I was like that would be pretty cool. I think your team like
GBU.
yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah.
I don't think. Oh no, I think yeah, the other teams are like pretty even. Although I still think Luxrays are favored in this. I think like maybe like the doubles games might be difficult for
Yeah.
the Cavs.
So if they take out both doubles, they just have to win one singles to get the tie.
Or pluses. I think CK49 can beat Morelli, but the Lone Ranger might have a bit of trouble. But at the other end of the spectrum, also Plus is probably favored in his match pretty decently. Then obviously you have Grail versus Chemcoop, which will be one to watch for sure. Whatever way that goes.
Yeah,
That's
I
gonna be a
think.
good match.
Yeah, I agree with Ika. Yeah, the Luxways are like very, very strong. They have a very, very strong lineup.
Yeah, I think they just have
Um,
the best team this season, so they're going to be the favorites against any team they match up against.
Can't say you have to play the squashes. I'll remember that.
What was that?
You have to play the squashes alt, Moose and Goose.
Moose and Goose.
Yeah.
I'm trying to persuade Grail to put in Moose and Goose versus the Squash in week 3, just to see if they're really two different people.
It could be just to make sure they really are two independent people.
You can
This is gonna
play.
be
You can play
Quagsire.
on his PC, and you can play on like his phone on the other account.
This is gonna be Quagsire mirrors. It's throwing each other out.
That's exactly right. And the drummers' helmets. What do we got? We got Lloyd, EI. You have to go with Lloyd there. Martha and Raj. Aren't they both tours staff that sort of play Battle Spot but don't really? You'd go with Raj, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
Raj
like
has a more
I'm more familiar with
I guess,
Raj.
like
Yeah.
accomplishments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raj has a lot of experience in like room tours in the tournament room, so
Yeah. Right.
and he plays fairly well. So I would probably give the edge to Raj in that matchup.
He plays in our circuit, right?
Yeah. He
I played Raj.
Semis
made,
and classes.
top 5, top 8.
Yeah, I played Raj
I
a lot.
played him
He's
in
all-
quarters. Wait, yeah, I played him in semis. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
was in
play
semis.
semis,
Yeah, that's
Debbie.
right. Yeah.
I think helmets really struggle in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon BSS. I told Novid like last week, like that he should put himself in Boost and BSS because his BSS lineup isn't strong. Like every other team, you know, like the drummers, like they put Lloyd and Martha in their BSS slots and they kind of had the advantage overall. Whereas like every other team has like a Grail or a Kemcoop or Jamal, Zaya or like a Puff, where like they're at least, you know, matching evenly versus like they have one slot that they're like comfortably winning, I guess, or like have a decent shot of winning every week. Whereas I feel like with the helmets, this is why I think they lost against us, is because you know
SM
Boost
BSS
is weak.
pretty, it's pretty shallow. Yeah, like especially against drummers, like since GBU is going to be dark, like it's also a potential like thought to cut your losses in GBU and just put strong players in, you know, tiers that you might be able to snatch wins. Because I mean,
feel
like Novid can be dark, but it's a lot harder than if it's Novid beating like
Martha, say
like Martha.
yeah. I feel like with GBU as well that this, because of the way the tier is, that actually it's, you know, as long as you have like a decent player in like in general, you can put them in GBU and they're more likely to win that slot than even against someone of like Dark Inyum's caliber than they are in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, just because of the like the difference in the amount of play and how much the meta is like understood.
The chat saying that Daddy Noved raised Dark. Noved got it. This is true. Darkinium was like a relative nobody, or it just wasn't known until that BSPL was at 2, I think, when Noved drafted Darkinium.
BSPL 3.
Was it
PSPL 3.
And yeah, so Darkinium pretty much just learned from Noved. This is essentially just Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Noved's gonna get it, I think.
I feel like last year though, Dark, like I played him a lot after Classic, which was Darkinium's like breakout tournament. So I used to play him a lot in GBU. This was back when I was better than Dark in GBU, but he now like his game as a player has gotten a lot better, and his building, he didn't know how to build in GBU at all.
back last year, so Novid kind of carried a lot on that front. Whereas I think this year he's got like a lot more solid grasp on that. So the matchup will probably be like a lot more difficult than last year. You know, he's learned tricks from the master.
Fair enough. Well, that's pretty much it for the games this week. So, well, Dragonwell, do you want to be the unbiased voice and say who you think's going to win this week? Because I think everyone else here is, Ica, Grail, and Puff and myself. We're just going to predict our own teams, and we cover all of the teams anyway. So, Farseers, Inkays, who's going to win that one? He's not even here. Did he dip? He had to leave like 5 minutes ago.
He's still in the. Oh, he's still in the chat. But
I think he's fixing his microphone.
He'll be off getting dressed for work. All right, well, I'll predict the ones that's not my teams. So, I think.
Yeah, his mic's not working. He's just posting in the chat.
Okay. Isn't everyone a winner at the end of the day? Yes, essentially. Everyone for getting drafted and having fun and playing Pokemon is a winner. Yeah, I don't know. I think Farseers, Inkays could go either way. I think maybe the Farseers come out 4-2. I think they maybe get the 4-2. Well, no, I don't know. I really don't know with that one. That one's such a volatile matchup. It could go.
I've been getting Boba-chan to pray to like whatever god he has to make sure Salome gets bad luck in all his games.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, the drummers' helmets. I think. EI Lloyd. Yeah, I could win.
I think it might.
Could be 3-3. Could we see three draws this week for the first time? I don't know, dude. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Well, we can go. One Trick Phony predicted. He predicted Plaz over Ankle, Grail over Cam, Marilli over CK, myself over Moose, Edu over Lone Ranger, and HZ. Or HZ, I should say. I should stop letting the Australian in me get the better of that. HZ. HZ's not going to play, so we'll have to change that prediction.
You're losing 5-1 then, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
That's
Apparently, yeah. And he predicted the drummers 4-2 over the helmets, with EI winning, Martha, Charlotte, Pearl, Dark Mover. Anyway, let's talk about this Salome guy. Who does he think he is? What? 5-1? I'm gonna destroy Moose and Goose now. How dare he predict Moose and Goose over me?
Oh god, yeah, that's.
Can't beat the squashes out. It's impossible.
Is Moose watching right now? I feel like I saw him pop in.
I feel like how
Be
much
ready, dude. I'm bringing Glalie. I'm bringing this craziest shit.
Did Moose and Goose even sign up for Oras? I feel like he specifically said, "I don't want to play Oras whatsoever" in his sign-up post.
Oh god. So I'm saying in the chat, I changed it to 6-0 because Megazard's gonna beat Average Fella.
He was like HC was an ex Farseer. So
is that right? But he goes the opposite with the drummers and helmets. He goes 4-2 to them. He goes with Lloyd over EI. Yeah, I think I agree with Salome's picks there.
Salome's picks are reasonable.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's pretty much it. I really have to go because if I'm late to work, I will get in lots of trouble. And not enough of you guys subscribe to this channel to support me and let me quit my job. So if you want to do that right now by clicking the subscribe button, or just follow and come and watch every time I'm live because that really helps. That's pretty much it. Do you guys want to say bye?
Subscribe to my YouTube.
Yeah, cheers for having me on.
No worries.
Yeah,
For real though, you guys should go to Puffkiller's YouTube and Ica's YouTube because they both record the games that happen during the week and then upload them. It's a lot better way to watch than just clicking on the replay and watching that. Both of them have really good commentary on like what's going on. So I recommend that. Do you guys have links for your YouTube you can just put in the chat right now?
I don't know if it actually works like you got Puffkiller. I don't know if it works like that. Check.
Nah, it's not youtube.com/Puffkiller. Hey, someone just cheered bits. The squash, the 5 bits. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Let me check my subscriptions because I just subscribed to you too.
Pretty sure that's fine.
And I got like some bald dude. Or, definitely not me. I'm definitely not a bald dude. So. Wait.
This is Ica. That might be a video. No, that's a channel. That's Ica.
Yeah, I uploaded your game with Sonara yesterday. So if anyone's interested in watching that, it was a good set.
Where the hell is Puff? Puff put up a video this week, didn't he?
No, that was just mine.
Why is the subscription
He's put up his very even game with EI Railgun.
I wanted to get the Jamal versus Grail game, but PS was acting weird. It wouldn't let me get on. I had like some weird bug.
Yeah.
What?
The HTTPS stopped working. But it's fixed now, I think. It's all working for me anyway.
Yeah, it's fixed now. I had that problem for 2 days. So I missed like 2 good matches. So that's lame.
Alright, well, I gotta go. I guess I'll see you guys on the battlefield.
Later, everybody.
See you guys.
All right. See ya.
Tip.
Thank you.